Director Patel, welcome to the committee here.
Hello, sir.
Director, I've long been a supporter of Project Safe Neighborhoods. It's a program that brings together all levels of law enforcement in the communities that they serve to make our neighborhoods safer for everyone. These successful networks often work very closely with the FBI. In fact, in Michigan, just last year, the FBI played a key role in cases brought as part of Project Safe Neighborhoods, including 2 cases involving convicted felons possessing firearms with high-capacity magazines. Under the law, broad bipartisan support that Senator Cornyn and I wrote and passed back in 2018. Funds for this program, though, are locally controlled. Local control is a big part of it to address the problems that are identified locally and then addressed accordingly. This includes local police departments in Michigan, the things that they're dealing with day to day on the ground. And the current statute actually emphasizes local control to every extent possible. So I was concerned that the Trump administration seems to want to bring these funds under national rather than local control. Earlier this year, the acting Deputy Attorney General issued a memo in which he directed the program should establish a national initiative to focus on immigration-related prosecutions. So my question for you, Director, is can you help me understand how the Trump administration believes it has the authority to direct from Washington how these local funds should be used?
The only thing I can help you understand is how FBI funds are utilized, Senator. I don't have the ability to comment on how the Department of Justice moves its money around.
Are you supportive of shifting control of funding from local recipients to the national folks?
Generally speaking, at least with the FBI, I'm very supportive of directly engaging with local level law enforcement to get the job done.
So can I get your help in making sure that local folks continue to get these resources and work closely with your folks in local communities? Has been a very successful program. I'd like to be able to work with you to make sure that it continues to have local control. You can, and I'll talk to the Department of Justice on it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Director, for the last decade, the threat from domestic terrorists, and in particular from white supremacists and anti-government militias, has remained unfortunately persistent. In the last 10 years, no category of terrorist has killed more Americans in the U.S. Than white supremacists. And yet there are reports that you have reassigned agents away from the Domestic Terrorism Operations Section, which supports investigations run out of the FBI's 55 field offices, as you know, and provides information on domestic threats. And as we understand, there's also consideration of disbanding that unit entirely, and that the FBI has currently discontinued a practice of tagging investigations with connections to domestic terrorism. The administration has also tasked federal law enforcement agencies with prioritizing immigration enforcement over other responsibilities. So the question I have for you, Director, is do you consider domestic terrorism an ongoing threat to Americans?
I do.
So do you intend to disband the Domestic Terrorism Operations Section?
No.
Appreciate that. Director, in February, you announced the disbandment of the Foreign Influence Task Force, which was dedicated to identifying and counteracting foreign malign influence targeting our domestic institutions, with a specific focus on securing our elections against foreign interference. Director Patel, could you tell me why you disbanded the task force?
Just to clarify, Senator, I didn't disband it. That happened before I got to the FBI.
That happened before you were there?
Yes, sir.
Well, now that the task force has been disbanded, happened before you, how will the FBI work to protect our elections from foreign adversaries?
In my opinion, based on the almost 3 months I've been there has been no gap in terms of how we cover down on foreign adversarial impact to all sectors of our society. And the folks that were doing the work that were on the said task force are still doing the work.
Why do we not have a task force then? Is it something if you're there now, you could put it back together? Is that something you'd consider? Or?
I believe that was a interagency task force, so I don't have the ability to just put that back on.
Would you support doing that and work with the other agencies?
I'd have to look at it, Senator, and I'm happy to do so. I'm just not the expert on the fit.
Okay. Well, I'll be reaching out to your office if we could have that conversation. I'd appreciate it.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Coons.
Thank you very much, Chair and Ranking.